Hey everybody, Ryan from True Grit Strength here. Welcome to video 5 of my 5-part video series called the Max Results video series, where I go over the top 5 reasons why you might not be making progress in the gym. So if you missed the previous videos, we've covered things such as lack of consistency, nutrition, workout plans. Yesterday we also talked about, in the last video, we actually talked about how stress and sleep and how poor habits around that could keep you from seeing progress. And today I'm excited because we're going to get back into workouts a little bit, but talk about how lack of progression over time could actually be the thing that's keeping you from seeing changes in your body composition. So these videos are really geared, are kind of outside of the general health and wellness advice and really specific to those of you who have specific body goals, whether that be add muscle mass, drop a certain amount of weight, lose fat, or have a performance-related goal, for example, like wanting to increase the weight on a certain lift. So these are all specific goals that that have specific protocols attached to them in terms of how you need to work to achieve them. So if you're not seeing progress and you're frustrated, take a look at those videos that I've done previously and into this one to see if you can possibly identify what could be happening that's keeping you from seeing results. So in this video, we're going to talk about progressing workouts. So progression can look like a lot of different things, but generally what I'm referring to when I say progress in terms of workouts is somehow increasing your ability to do more work over the course of time, whether that's longer distances run, whether that's more weight lifted, whether that's more volume that you're accumulating. So obviously, depending on the style of workouts for your goals that you're doing, that could look like making progress could look like a lot of different things, but I'm just going to refer to it generally as doing more work than you previously were able to do. So there's two ways that I usually see this become a problem with clients and experiences that I've had myself. One of those scenarios is someone who kind of does the same workout over and over again, and they never make an effort to progress it or increase the intensity. They go in, they do 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, week over week, and they never really make any progress because they're not actively trying to progress the workouts and increase the amount of work that they're able to do. They just kind of get stuck in their routine and they do the same thing over and over again. So that's kind of scenario number one that can be an issue. The other scenario that I'll dive into is people who have kind of the opposite problem where they switch up their routine way too often. So maybe every single time they work out, they pick a different workout to do, or maybe they stick with the same exercises for a couple of weeks and then they get bored and they need to change it up. So this can actually be a problem because your body is never really allowed to get accustomed to the exercises that you're doing, and it's constantly adapting to the new thing that you're putting it under. And that might sound like a way of progressing, but it's actually not, because if you have a specific goal, for example, if my goal is to get stronger and I keep doing random workouts that maybe are strength-based, but I'm changing the exercises and the variables up ever so often that I'm never actually getting better at any one thing because I'm constantly adding a new level of stimulus, how would you know if you're actually making progress? So that's kind of scenario number 2. And I think what also falls into that category, and again, I'm not shitting on group fitness, but this is actually kind of where it becomes a problem, is it's hard to measure progress when you're doing something different every time. So if you like to attend workout classes, but the structure of those workout classes is different every single time you go, and you don't really have a way of saying, last week I was able to do X and now I'm able to do this, and you can see that progress very linearly, then that could be the issue. So this kind of goes back to some stuff that I talked about in video number 3, where I addressed workouts and how important it is to be doing the right workouts and following a program that's specific towards your goals, because any well-written program from a professional is going to have some level of some method of progression already built into it, meaning you don't have to really think about what you're doing last week and what you did this week and what you're doing next week. That's already kind of written into the program using some method of progression. So if you're not currently following a program and you fall into this category of doing random workouts and changing things up too often, I highly recommend looking into following a program that's built specific for your goals. If you're in this other camp where you're kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again and you never branch out and you never try to make it harder or increase the amount of work, then that's probably where you need to look if you want to start making progress again. So like I said, this is where following a progressive program becomes extremely important to make sure that you're allowing your body to adapt to the movements that's in your program while also progressing them week over week. So in the fitness world, this is called periodization. And without getting too into the weeds into a pretty confusing topic, this is basically just means that the workouts that you have scheduled and are built around principles that will help you progress towards your goals. And any well-designed program will utilize some method of progression, whether that's increasing the weight that you're lifting each week, whether that's increasing volume via adding new reps, adding new sets, decreasing rest periods. There's a lot of different markers that can be used to measure progress over time, and it depends on the style of the program and which method the trainer or the coach has decided is the best for the goal. But the important thing is picking a program that utilizes one of these factors. Outside of the ability to do more work over time, that's how I'm choosing to measure intensity for the purpose of this video. There also are other markers of success and obviously other markers of making progress. For example, if you were able to do an exercise that previously was extremely difficult for you and now it's no longer as difficult, that's progress. If you are less tired after a certain workout, that's progress. If you feel more confident and you feel more comfortable in a certain movement than you did previously, that's a marker of progress. So there's many ways of progressing, but the main point that I want to hit on in this video is the importance of utilizing some level of progression in your workouts, just so that you know that you're getting better, that you're getting stronger, and that you're getting more efficient week over week. So if the issue is that you're feeling stagnant because you're not seeing progress from your workouts and therefore you're not seeing body composition changes or you're not seeing more progress towards the goal that you have, I would definitely do an audit of your current routine. So let's get into action steps. So what I'd like you to do is look over your workouts from the last 30 days. So take a look at those and take into consideration some of the things that I've said. Do you feel like you've gotten stronger? Do you feel like you've become more confident? Do you feel like you've been able to increase the intensity since you started? Or do you feel like you've been working at the same level and you haven't really made any progress? So those are kind of some of the things that you can take into consideration. Basically, again, the main point is, do you feel like you can do more work than when you first started? And if the answer to that is yes, congratulations, you're making progress, just stick with it. If the answer is no, then think about how you can progress your workouts that you've been doing so that you can get better. So think about some metrics that are important to your goal. So for example, if your goal is to lose weight, are you getting stronger? Are you doing workouts that are allowing you to get stronger so that you can build more lean tissue and drop more body fat? If the answer is no and you're trying to put on muscle mass, really look into, am I progressing my workouts? Progressive overload is huge. It's a huge factor in terms of muscle growth because we need to be able to adapt to new levels of intensity. So if you're not adding weight, if you're not adding reps or adding sets or decreasing the rest period and you're just doing the same routine over and over again, chances are your body has no reason to put on any new additional muscle mass. So that's definitely an area that I would look into. So the other thing again that I'll hit on is the importance of following a progressive program that's right for your goals is the number one easiest way to address this issue. If you have a well-written program that's backed by science and produced from a coach who has credibility and experience, and then you do not have to worry about how you're progressing week over week. You simply have to show up and do the workouts in accordance to the plan. So that's the easiest way to make sure that you've kind of checked this box off and that you don't have to worry about it. If you're following the right program and putting in the hard work, the results will come. So if you're unsure and you're looking at your workouts and you really don't know how to measure progress and you're really not sure if you've made progress over time or you're not really sure if the workouts that you're doing are right for you, that's why I offer a free coaching assessment, just so I can help people get on the right track. I'm more than happy to take a look at what you've been doing and kind of just push you and guide you into the right direction in terms of where you might need to go so that you can start seeing progress again. There's no obligation in these coaching assessments. It's just simply me taking a little bit of time to sit with you and just get you back on the right track. However, if you are looking for a coaching program, I do offer custom programs that I write that are specific to every single individual and specific to their goals. So if you feel like if you haven't been making progress in the gym and you're thinking that possibly the workouts that you've been doing are not right for you and you just want a professional to take a look at it and get you on the right track, I'm more than happy to do that. And the link to that book that coaching call is in the description of this video. So like I mentioned, I also offer custom programs, and the link to sign up or learn more information about that is also in the description. So that wraps up my 5-part Max Results video series. I hope that you found this helpful. If you've been struggling to make progress in the gym, I hope that I've been able to highlight some areas that you can look into that hopefully identify maybe some obstacles that you've had and given you some ideas of how to start working past some of those obstacles and improving in those areas so that you can get back to seeing progress again. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I always also have free resources in the descriptions to help you with your fitness journey. All right, thanks for watching and have a great day.